out of the shower. I'm getting ready to like pack up for my trip tomorrow morning.
Right, that's
So
what I was saying. I was like, Jen's flying to LA like tomorrow to advocate for us more. And I mean, it's amazing. I'm just so excited that you're here and willing and, pouring into us. And you don't find that. And I said, even like we're in pre-launch and everything that's gone on, like I mean, maybe I know that you said you'll probably always pour in, but it'll never be this intimate. Like such a moment in time to me, I feel like, where it's this intimacy where you can jump on a Zoom and just be like, hey, I'm going to pour into you guys on a Sunday night. And we can all do that. It's small enough, in this way, which
there'll be a time when they'll be like, Jen, you cannot go on with your nightie and your hair wet and your no makeup on, But now I'm like, whatever, it's great. I love this.
No, I love it too. Thank you so much for being here. And I know that your time is super, super special. So I'm going to shut up and be quiet over here and just let you take it away and just pour in. Like, we're max. I mean, we've got 100 people on here just excited to hear from you.
Oh, well, hi, everyone. Okay. I'm excited. First of all, I got to give you guys a shout out. This is an amazing team. I mean, just everything you guys, it's like, to me, this is the team of like service and gratitude. Like, that's the vibe I get. Like, I look through and I see all the names and, obviously I know Courtney and I got to meet Jessica over at HQ and trying to look through other names. Oh, there's Melissa Quinn and Red and Michelle Nevins. And like, I look at all these names I see and there's probably so many more. I have to like just scroll through and like say them all. But this is so fun to really be together at this time in the beginning. And when we're just really getting started. And this team right here, Courtney's an incredible leader. She is just full on service. If you guys don't know that about her, I'm sure you do, but truly service. And, that's kind of view Savvy right now. We're all here in service. I was talking to Ken about it this morning and it's like, even you buying a pair of leggings, it's done in service because sure, you get to wear it, but you're a business partner. So you buying that pair of leggings, just as an example, gives us the feedback of what's selling. Then we get the feedback on what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. And then we see the returns or we see exchanges or we see what sticks, we see what sells out faster. We're really we have the opportunity to get to know you guys. And when we say you guys are helping us create Savvy, that's just like pre-launch isn't a marketing term. That's not a marketing term either. Like, you guys are helping us create this company. And that's exciting. Like, that's really exciting. So, sorry, my dog is sitting here with me, so I keep petting him because he's just like so cute. So if you see my arm do this, I'm petting my dog. But anyway, so, during this time of creating Savvy, hashtag, that is an awesome hashtag, Melissa. So true. So during these times of creating Savvy, it's like the business isn't fully established. Our product is definitely not fully established, but so much better and on the way, right? Our support team is getting a lot better and on the way, as you guys are probably noticing. Our shipping is amazing, right? On point. Like, I see Kendra, she's like, like, I bet she got her order before the next Fashion Friday. So all those kinds of things like that, it's just a matter of getting everything dialed in. And, us here, I will say one of the most challenging things about Savvy has been growing as fast as we were growing. So if some of you are new, you may not know like how fast we were growing, but Courtney, it was intense, wasn't it? It was fast. And when you're growing that fast, we had to decide to make some changes and make some changes faster than we maybe thought we would have. And what those changes included was mainly lots of different changes, but one of the main things was the tech revamp, right? And all companies go through that at some point. We were just blessed to be able to have the funds to go through that as early as we did and revamp all the tech. So really look at that as a blessing. The fact that we have our custom app, the fact that we have an amazing new back office and we're not even done getting all the reporting in there, the fact that we have our shipping software upgraded to handle scalability and where we want to go, it's huge. I mean, it's really huge because most companies don't do this until they're way bigger than we are in size, until they can afford and they have a lot more growth underneath them before they can really revamp all this tech. But we did that all, a full tech revamp. More tech than you guys even realize. We have new support tech. We have the app. We have the Savvy Office, which you guys know. We have our back end tech, right? Which shows us the inventory management and all of that, which helped us get our shipping going a lot faster. And business analytics tech, merchandising. I mean, everything that we're doing now is to prepare us for where we know we're going. And it's been a year. Guys, it's been a year since we're like, okay, this is Savvy, right? It's been a year. Not even a year since we've started the Savvy brand, not even a year since we started the clothing line, right? Having an athleisure line, but it's been a year. And we're nowhere where we're going to be in a year from now. So I just want to share a few of the things that we're working on and like what that year has been like. It's kind of like we came in and we were revamping something old and turning it into something new. And it comes with a whole handful of challenges. It almost would have been easier to start from scratch, but it also wouldn't have had the blessings that we've had to be able to take something and transform it into Savvy, right? It's like the creation of Savvy. So the fact that like we were given what we were given, there's a lot of benefits of it. We had some amazing people that helped us establish a foundation. We got to find out some challenges and overcome them. We got to see some holes and fix them. You know, we got to really get a glimpse into the future and recognize what are we going to do to get where we want to go. So there were so many blessings that happened over this past year. And we're in a place now where we're getting all of our processes dialed in, especially on the supply chain. And by supply chain, guys, think about it. Like most MLMs are like, oh, let's sell this, you know? And then they like buy it and stick it on a shelf and then reorder it when it gets low. We have new products, not only every month, every season, every single week. Like that's an insane supply chain. So when we look at even our product development, like we started with a tiny little design team, right? With like 2 people to now where we are in our supply chain, we have partners. And I want to talk a little bit about our partners. We have partners that have factories all over the world that have dedicated staff working with us on designs that they have tons of experience in corporate designing, not just like not buying and tweaking things, but literally like designing at a big corporate level, merchandising, all everything at a big corporate level. So they know these big companies, they know the ins and outs of how it works. And, you know, you look at this whole process, and we're going to do a video with you guys. I'm going to be in LA with Rhonda this week. She's the one that heads up all of our product development, right? And I think people don't realize it really where it starts and then not that it ends, but where does it come to a point where you can actually buy it and what that process is. It's insane. Like it is crazy. I had to learn so much about it to be able to put our processes in, because when I say processes, we want to take this thing we're creating here, get our processes, pick it up, take it to the next country, and open up Mexico. Take it up, take it to the next country, open up Canada, open up, just really start opening up other countries. So how do you do that? Like, how can you do that if you don't have processes, if you don't have systems, if you don't have, here's who we are as a brand? Like, it's everything. So to go from where we were, this like little bitty like shop, to what we're positioned to do now is extremely exciting. So we have partners now in LA, 2 companies that we've specifically partnered with, and more that we're still working with, that again have locations all over the world, that have everything 100% custom designed for us, patterns for us, fabrics for us. I mean, completely elevating our brand to a whole new level. And you guys are going to get to see the benefit of that in many different ways, like tons of different ways. But what we're going to do is over the next few weeks, Rhonda, I'm going to have her work with our teams and create a video for you guys that really demystifies that whole process and shows you how does that work. So like we have a concept, right? We'll have a concept for like, okay, it's spring. I'll take you through a little bit of it. Do you guys want to hear a little bit about how that process works? A little bit? Okay. So we'll say, like, okay, we're starting spring, right? So Rhonda just kicked off our spring project last week. So spring is okay, good, time to start spring. And what it looks like is it starts with a long range plan that Ken and I will put based on our forecast. So Ken and I sit down, we'll look at the numbers. We look at enrollments because obviously more enrollments is going to equal more customers who are then going to share with more people to enroll and bring on more customers. So we look at like all this analytics, okay? And then we'll say, okay, great. Based on all this, here's our forecast, okay? And then I say, based on my call with Courtney, everyone was smiling, so double it. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, we look at, we create what's called a long range plan. And we say, here's where we're going to be going. Here's what we need. Okay. And that before that, even done before that, is really what is our business model? Because we are not a buy this, put on the shelf and release a new product every year or two. We are release a new product every week, right? Totally different. So what is that process? So the first thing we did, hold on. Hey, Brooklyn, can you shut my door, please? No, go with him. I'm on a call with like a lot of people. I love you. My 11-year-old. If it was my 4-year-old, he would have came like right on the camera. But my 11-year-old was like, oh, I'm out of here. You're on a call. Get me out of here. So yes, every week is brilliant. And we're going to keep that. We're not stopping that. That is everything. So, but, and I'm going to give you guys some insights. Like, and we'll do a corporate call on this as well, but I'm just going to share you some insights with you guys. So what is that model? How can we actually continue to do that? And how do we keep the FOMO of Fashion Friday, which is exciting? Because we don't want to lose that. A lot of people will say, can you get more products? But think about it. We're partners, right? So you need us to be successful because we're your opportunity. And obviously we need you guys to be successful. So if we just say, great, we'll just like double the orders and then it doesn't sell. And now that ties up the money. And now it's stuck in the warehouse. It's old news. Like you can see the conundrum here, right? Like it can create a whole other set of challenges. So what our model is that we came up with is Fashion Fridays will sell out. Fashion Fridays are designed to sell out. And I don't know about you guys, but I've heard so many people tell me, they're like, okay, I literally bought that shirt because if it was just sitting on a website and there was 10 million of them, I'd probably be like, I don't know. I'll think about it. Right. But there was like, I love that I got it. But I was like, I have to get this because I'm never going to get it again. Like I would like miss from the universe forevermore. Like I need to get it. Right. And the upside of that is not only do they get great items, right? But they also, these are your business tools. If you guys aren't taking a picture of every item that comes in the mail and like posting it somewhere or wearing it, I mean, where else can you do that? What other MLM can you do that? Like you guys don't know what chapstick I'm wearing. No one's going to stop and ask me. Right? No, if you guys want to know, it's amazing. But no one's going to stop and ask me, you know, no one's going to say, ooh, what's on your face? Or what did you eat for breakfast? Or any of those kinds of things. But the fact that you get to spend money, have fun doing it on Fashion Friday, get clothes you want. It's called Bee Magic Wand. Someone said, tell me about your chapstick. It's just honey and propolis, but it's just like so yummy. It's like so amazing. Anyway. So the fact that, and it's all natural and awesome. Medicine Mama's Sweet Magic Bee Wand something. It's super yummy. Anyway, so no one knows, like, you know, no one knows these things. But the fact that you think of this as business owners, you guys get to buy clothing, have fun buying it, like just go through the experience of like, okay, you know, doing that whole thing, getting the items, and then wearing them, taking pictures, your marketing, that's your marketing, wearing it out and about, starting conversations, like you literally just get to wear and share, right? You wear and share, and that's it. And if no one talks to you, you just start talking to people, compliment someone else. They're going to ask you, okay, well, what are you wearing? It's just natural. And with the stuff that we have coming out in the next few months, people are going to stop and ask. Because it's not stuff that you can like just find anywhere. It's not like, oh, look, that looks like something I could potentially get at Target or somewhere else. It's going to be really unique things. We'll still have basics, but it's going to be really unique things that you guys will be able to see and recognize the brand of Savvy. Like you will see the brand. Like, you know, sometimes you can like, oh, that's theory, or oh, that's anthropology, or that's whatever it is. Like you'll be able to be like, oh, that's Savvy, or like really recognize it. But that's all part. I'm going to open up the chat so I can keep track of questions, but I'm going to keep talking because I have so much to share with you guys. Well, the drops last through the weekend. I have no idea, right? I mean, think about it. We need like a crystal ball to tell that, right? Some items we go really shallow in and some we go really deep in. And sometimes the ones that we go deep in sell out and the ones that we go shallow in sit there, right? But that's part of pre-launch is us seeing, okay, what do people mainly buy? What has the highest sell-through, right? We look at those kinds of things. And it's interesting. It tends to be all over the place until you have enough data. And then you can find the trends. And then we can see the buying patterns. And then we can actually, get a better grasp on when we want things to sell out. But what I was going to share too about the sellouts is we want Fashion Fridays to sell out. We always do. And we want Fashion Fridays to become more of the unique things, the things that are like, whoa, that is savvy. Like, look at that, right? And then the things you love the most, like the Noors, the Nord joggers. Everyone loves the Nord joggers. People love the Kozas. They love the X3 Femme sports bra. There's lots of things that we know everyone loves. We want those to be our essential items that are on the website, that you can always go there and find them, that you can always know they're going to be there. And sure, they'll sell out, but they're not going to sell out and be gone for months. They may be gone for like a few days because we're going to continuously be restocking them with different colors for different seasons, right? So yeah, the Noors are amazing. So the problem isn't so much that someone can't buy Fashion Friday. Like, that's not going to solve anything. Think about it. If we stock it, that's not going to solve anything. It's actually going to create a bigger problem. So the real problem is our website's not stocked enough, right? With items that are the best. So that's what we're working towards, right? Is really having those essentials, finding out what they are. And before we go deep on them, really making sure we know what they are and that we have the right fabrics and they truly are squat proof and lots of different things. And they are moisture wicking and they wash well. I do laundry here at my house every day. Before I leave the house, I throw savvy in the I have clothes I don't even wear. I just wash it every day just to see how well it's wearing. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, comes out, goes back in every day. And some I'm like, wow, that's peeling. Now, granted, I've washed it like 100 times, but I'm like, I would not want it to peel that fast. So then we learn about the fabric. I talked to our design teams. I'm like, hey guys, why is this peeling so quickly? Can we do something differently? Right? Can we do something differently without having to raise the price so much? Hey, this isn't as squat proof anymore. What happened? Right? So we get to really dig in and give it the right intention to make our brand something that's truly amazing. There are other companies out there. We don't want to be like them, right? Yeah, the Riot sweatshirt. Where do you see the Molly? Where do you see the hoodie we have coming out with? Where do you see, when you see some of the things, I'll show you one. When you see some of the things that are coming out, they're not going to snag. They're not going to peel, uphill. Like, those things aren't going to happen because we've really elevated the quality, highly elevated the quality, right? So hoodies, 100%. Like, yeah. Yes, hoodies. Everyone's like, hoodies. Yes, I'll talk about pre-launch and where we are. And yes, there'll be a men's line. We're not going to have a men's line that are going to drop every Friday because men don't do that. But we will have men's items. That'll be part of our essentials. We have more things you guys don't even know about that's going to be part of our essentials. I mean, there's just so much. But the point I want you to get is this. Pre-launch is not a marketing term. We are in pre-launch. While we're in pre-launch, we are doing our market research and putting in our processes so we can be scalable. That's what we're doing. And we're building up the team internally that's going to be able to take this global, take this around the world, right? We hire people that have a lot of experience in fashion and design, not all the items that have experience, people have all the experience in MLM. Right? Hey, Courtney, can you help me a second? I'm getting distracted because I don't want to miss the questions, but can you help me just recap, like, when I'm done talking for a second, like, help me hit on all the questions?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, perfect. So, but I'm going to answer yours first about the pre-launch. So, so what that means is we're using this time to make sure that we have people. So I talked about the staff we have that we've built up, especially over the past few weeks and months, have experience in working for big companies, corporate companies, designing, merchandising, marketing, sales, so that Ken and I know MLM. We got the MLM thing. We want people that know fashion. that know retail, that know e-commerce, right? Not retail from us retailing, because we never want to do that, but they understand that industry, because we don't want to be another MLM company that just has some okay products, right? We really want to be cutting edge with our tech and with our clothing and with the product, right? And then what we're doing is putting in the processes that can take that and make it scalable. And I'll tell you what, these individuals that are coming in and working with us, they're like, fashion companies don't do it this way. But we're like, yeah, but we're not a fashion company. We're an MLM company. So I'm going to share a few things with you. We have, there's one vendor we work with, and we have 5 fabrics that we use continuously from him. And the other one we have 3 fabrics. Well, that's just fit. There's also every day that we have consistent fabrics as well. But I'm going to just focus on fit for a second. So you don't know a lot of these yet. You know one of the fabrics. It's the Indies and the Geos and the Opal leggings. That's a one specific type of fabric. But you're going to meet a bunch more fabrics from the same partner. One that is completely eco-friendly, that is amazing. The bag, everything about it. Okay. So it's a whole story behind it when we're going to be launching that. It's beautiful. We also have one that is like the Solas, except so much more elevated, but it has that compression and that slick feel. So we have these fabrics, and the reason I bring this up is because if I bring out a new pair of leggings, right? If Savvy's like, okay, we now have this new pair, and you know it's in the blah fabric, I'll make up a name, the Savvy silk fabric, then you're going to be able to sell it better, right? And talk about it better because you know that fabric, right? So you'll be able to communicate it better. I'm on a call with a lot of people. Yeah. Is everything okay? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it's my nanny. I'm like, I'm on a call with a lot of people. But anyway, I should probably lock my door. But so that's something that's going to be really unique. And I'm going to share 2 things, and I'm going to go answer questions. Fabrics. You're going to know these fabrics. To me, that's so exciting because once you have some of you may say, I love the Savvy silk. These aren't the names. I'm just making this up, okay? Some of you are going to say, oh, I love the Savvy skin, or I love the Savvy sport. You're going to find your favorite fabric. Do you ever notice how some women love compression and they like their leggings thin? Some like them thicker and they like a soft, cozy feel. Like every woman likes something different. So if we keep changing it, you guys are going to be like, ah. So you're going to know, here are our fabrics. And we have those dialed in, done. Okay. So we have the Indie and the Geos, that are one fabric. We have the Sari coming out with, that's like a Solas fabric, which you're going to love. We have the Nova, which is our highest end. It's super high end, but don't worry. We have some that are different price points, but this one is like, and then when I put it on, they're like, I've never felt leggings like this. Like they're amazing. And then we have the Dia that's coming out. Okay. A little bit of a different style line, but it's different fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fabrics. Okay. And then with the other manufacturer, we have 3 fabrics for their fit, and they mainly do a lot of our everyday. But even our everyday, we're going to start to depend and understand the fabric. We don't use some of the fabrics you've seen in the past. The ones that peel a lot, the ones that pill a lot, the ones that tend to lose their elasticity or things like that. You're really going to see some elevation without like crazy different price points. We're going to do, yes, the Ashtanga. We'll do something like the Ashtanga, a seamless set. But we're going to shift it up a little bit. So the point I want to make is during pre-launch, we now have those fabrics completely dialed in, and we have 5 styles completely dialed in. And the other 3, we're still working on the styles. Once those are dialed in, we can do any colors, add different style lines, add different prints, throw them on there. I'm going to show you one of them. And I want to share this process with you guys because it's fascinating. And you guys are going to get to be a part of this whole process. Like I want to plan a whole retreat around, like, Young Living, they look at the, they go to like the farms and they'll look at the lavender farms. Like, wouldn't it be so fun to actually like see how this works? It's a beautiful process. We will see a silk, and we'll go to our partner and we'll see a silk. I don't have a picture. Okay, I'm gonna find one. Hold on. And it'll be a beautiful print. And there's a designer that we like to work with in Italy, and he literally designs prints. Okay, this is one of ours. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it's like the silk and it's this gorgeous print. And we're like, okay, we want that one. And then we buy it and it's ours. It's exclusive to us. That's our print. Okay. And then we say, great, can you put it on purple? Can you put it on green? Anything we want. And here's a really cool thing. Usually there's such, if anyone here knows the design world, usually there's such a long back and forth, right? But they go in, they have a demo lab right there. They go print it on they print onto the paper first and they print it onto a fabric. So we're like, of our 5 fabrics, we want to see it on that fabric and that one. They print it. We feel it like, it's kind of saturated. I kind of like this fabric. And then they'll be great. Now I want to see it on the indie legging and I also want to see one on the geo. And then they'll go make the legging and come back. This is not production. This is just like to get it dialed in so quickly so we can get a faster lead time, which is huge because when you guys grow faster than we thought, we can still handle it because of this process I'm sharing with you right here, right? So they'll go on within an hour, bring us the samples, right? No, like 2 weeks later, like within an hour. And in that, I'm going to work with them on Wednesday this week with Rhonda, right? And they have everything planned to present to me. And when I go there, it's going to be like, bam, 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 done. Spring, handled. Like it's crazy how fast that can happen, but we need that to be able to grow as quickly as you guys are growing this business. Otherwise, if we go on an average 6 to 8 month lead time like most design companies work, we won't make it. That's why a lot of the other MLM companies that do fashion and athleisure is not custom. You know, it has a few different little edits, a few different tweaks, but that's not going to be our story. So let me share with you a pair of leggings that's going to be coming out. I'll show you. We love this jungle fabric. They had it on black and white. It was really pretty. And we said, can you print it on green for us? And they printed it on green. And it's so cool. So this is going to be coming out in January. And I'll show you a quick little picture of it just so you can see. And this is on the indie legging. So if you know and love the indie legging, this is on the indie legging. And for those of you that are smaller, we do have it coming in an extra small. So it goes from small to 3X, but the extra small, it was too big on because we're really getting our size dialed in, which is a whole nother conversation. But a small should be a small. Small should never have to wear a medium. And that goes true for any size. No, size down, but don't size up, right? No one wants to size up. So we got that dialed in, but look at these leggings. Can you guys see these? That green. Isn't that so beautiful? And that's like, you're not going to see that anywhere because it's like, how can you differentiate a pair of leggings? It's like, it's a leg and it's tight. Like, you know, you can make little changes, but what's really going to set ours apart are these beautiful different fabrics that we're going to be coming out with. I can show you more. I mean, there's just tons. Another one, I'll show you one more. Another one is this beautiful nature silk that is amazing. And it's going to be coming out same drop in January on like a pink nude color. He put on a taupe and our design team was like, we want to see it on a pink nude. Okay, here's the one that came out on a taupe. Isn't this cool? Right? So that's how he did it, but I don't think I have the text message from Rhonda where she made them do it on a pink. And it came out so pretty. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. But oh, by the way, and this is, yeah, honey. Okay. This is that green one. This is the black and white. Look how different it looks. Isn't that crazy? So you can't even tell. That's on a black and white. And we're like, we want to see it on green. I can't find the other one right now. And I can go on forever, but I want to answer some questions and go on to a few other things. But the point of the story is here, guys. We have the partners, the quality. A few things you're going to notice is more consistent sizing. If you're a small, you're a small. Right? You're not going to have to, or if you're a large, you're large. You're not going to have to shift sizes so much between so many different products. Consistent sizing. So you're going to have that logo, high quality logo, not ones that peel off, not ones that, you know, wash away. Even our sweatshirts have it sewn into the sleeve. I can even go and show you that one. Have it sewn into the sleeve. So really high quality logo, great placement of the logo, which is important, and consistent placement, right? And all of it the same size. Here's one of our sweatshirts we're coming out with. But I want to show you guys, notice the arm. Okay. Let me see if I can, it's not that color. That's just a prototype, but I'm going to zoom in. Notice the arm. Do you see that? Like,
Okay,
you
if anyone is excited, like I'm so excited with that. A hoodie sweatshirt. I saw all the hoodies, like hello.
Yeah. I can't be enough. It's amazing. It looks great.
and look at that. Like, to me, I'm like, look at that quality of that logo. Like, it's like sewn in. And not only that, guys, when we do sweaters, we have a little metal little label that says Savvy, and it's sewn in on the sweaters. Like, all these little details. It's like totally next level. And also, I don't know about you guys, but I hate when like you buy a sports brand leggings and the logos are different sizes or different colors or different placement. It's off brand. So it's like consistent. I mean, all these little details. So the sizing, the consistency and quality, the consistency and fabrication, like attention to detail in all these little areas is the beginning of really taking this brand and bringing it to next level. And then the quality, So, you know, I'll be honest, where we are now, I'm seeing some questions. We're a little bit behind because this machine has been running. And about a few months ago, Ken and I jumped in here and we're like, all right, we got to handle this supply chain because it's not working. Now, when we jumped in and started fixing it, you're going to start to see that in January. You'll start to see some of it already. You'll start to see some like in the next few weeks, but you're really going to see it in January and you're going to feel it because you're going to be like, what just happened? Like totally elevated. You'll see it and you'll feel it. But we started months ago. Number one, to establish a relationship with partners who turned down Nordstrom's to work with us. Like, are you guys curious about why they would turn down Nordstrom's to work with us? They turned down Nordstrom's because they're like, we're talking to the owner and he's like, we were like, why? We saw the whole conversation and we're like, why did you just turn down Nordstrom's? And he's like, they called me months ago. They want a 250,000 item order. And then they fell off the face of the earth and they come back and they're like, we're ready, let's go. They expect us to drop all of our other clients. And he's like, what do you think that does for my supply chain? He's like, it's a 250,000 item order and I don't know when they're going to be back next. He's like, with you guys, it's smaller, but it's every single month. And it keeps growing. He's like, that's who we want to partner with, right? Isn't that interesting? Because we're like, what? You turned down Nordstrom's? And he's like, nah, I don't want that, right? Now, granted, this guy does Bandier ice cream, which is Pharrell's brand. I mean, like I can go on and on with the brands this guy does. It's like Essentials, you know, the Kardashian. I mean, it's like high end. It's amazing. When you're there, you're destined to see a celebrity walking through their doors. You're just like, oh, look, there's so-and-so, you know? So anyway, it's exciting. But the reason I brought that up is because where we are this month is behind. And you're still going to get great items and we're still going to have some sweaters, but not nearly as much as we want. But we do have a lot of those things coming out in January. So not only do we have sweaters, we have Sherpa. I have one of them right there I can grab. We have Sherpa jackets with a hoodie, right? We have Sherpa pullovers that are quarter. We have long, gorgeous jackets that are like trench coats. We have vests. We have wraps. We have turtleneck sweaters that are asymmetrical, ponchos. I mean, we have so much. And ideally, this would have came out in November, right? But we're behind on that. Yes, Suede, we're behind on that from months ago. So now that that's all established, we're going, it's all running smooth. I want to share with you guys something. Let me pull up something on my screen because I want to give you a little peek. No one's seen this yet, but I just want to give you a little peek into something. Let me go to my drive, my Google Drive. You guys are going to love this. Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you how we do our colors. Isn't this so fun? Okay, I'm going to open up this, and then I'm going to open up this. I'm going to show you guys up, but I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Okay, that's our line plan. And let me get our color story. Oops. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh, wait, I can't share my screen. By the way, is this interesting to you guys?
I think I can get you to share your screen. Let me see if I can
Host disabled participant screen sharing.
make host. There.
Okay.
You should be good now.
Yep. Okay. So check this out. So this is one of the things I put together. So we're working with our whole team. And I was like, all right, guys, for each season, I need to know the palette, right? So I need to know for summer, May, because we're in summer. We're done with spring already. We're in summer. Summer's May, June, July. So I'm like, I need to know the color for May, June, July, and also have neutrals that are always on there. And I need to know the season, what's the month, right? So May, what's the theme for the month? Give me all your inspo, your inspiration, and then what are the colors? What's the Pantone? What's the hex? I mean, these are all like things for e-com or e-commerce. So I need all of that, right? And then from there, what I do is I give this to our design team in LA because they're like top notch. So our design team in LA does all this, and then they give it back to us. And then we take that to our internal team, to our manufacturers, to our, not manufacturers, our partners. And then we say to them, okay, bring us your designs that we're going to adopt. And that's called our line plan. So we'll say, great, okay, here's our season, here's the month, here's our fit, here's our everyday, here's our lux, right? Then they're broken down into drops with the colors. So this is just a template, right? So then do you guys want to see what they came back with for summer? Courtney's like, uh-huh. So here's what they came back with for summer. So here's our May color palette, here's our June color palette, and here's our July color palette. You guys are getting sneak peeks. Everyone's going to see this probably in like a few weeks because it's just fun. And there are neutrals they're still working on. But then you can see, so for summer, for May, our theme is urban romance, right? So that's a theme. Here's all the colors that are going to be integrated throughout, you know, and this is, you know, inspired by just roses, romance, but got like an urban feel to it. So these are this is the inspiration that is for urban romance for May. Okay, so I see if you guys taking pictures, don't post this anywhere. Okay, guys, good. Don't post it because then I can't share secrets anymore. And then for June, it's retrospect. Like we have a lot, like how amazing is this? And then July is inner glow. So now you're getting into like the bright colors that get when you get into the heat of the summer. We have fun patterns, all sorts of amazing stuff. So that's what the color story looks like. And then for the line plan, I'm not going to go into too much detail there because it's like, I don't want to show you guys because it's not done yet. But for the line plan, then we go into, okay, great. So now we need this many sports bras, this many leggings, this many dresses, this many layers. And what you're going to see is every single drop is going to not just be like sports bras and leggings, but okay, great. You have a layering piece. You have a top, you have a long sleeve, you have a short sleeve, you have, you know, lots more different items than just leggings and sports bras. So it's really exciting to watch that process unfold and to know, okay, great, phase one, do this, then do this, then do this. And we have templates for all these different things. So it's almost like I have kids, right? So it makes me think of like Montessori school. It's like there's structure, but so much freedom, right? So I'm like, this, what we created has so much structure that you follow the step, but within that structure, there's so much creative freedom. We don't tell the designer what colors to do. We don't tell them what to do. We just say, give me your inspiration. We approve it. We edit it. Once it's like, yes, that's aligned, then we say, great, now give me your styles that are aligned with this. And everyone gets to contribute, and then we choose the ones we want, and then we go on from there. So anyway, it's really exciting. Yeah, so much to make each and every little drop work. Over the next months, you'll start to see the drop shift a little bit as we get more and more and more essentials. And it's all exciting. It's exciting times. So I want to go read some of the questions and see.
Okay, I have one to start. I took them all down. So
Okay.
I have one to start though, because I can just like feel your energy. you can feel it all the time, right? I mean, you guys can feel like, I feel like everybody's like, Jenn's always so excited, like it's electric. And you have 3 boys, which by the way, I have 2 and I can barely keep up. Like that's insane. So you have 3 boys and you have been in this industry for forever, and you are waking up and you literally work like from wake till like what's you're saying, like from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed, you
From pillow to pillow, I don't know.
right. Yeah, but I mean, why just give everybody an idea, because I think that not everybody's A, from this industry, B, you know, I think that people get easily discouraged. Like October was tough in like a couple different ways, but we are so used to this like instant gratification world, and your energy has never stopped and never wavered. And I feel like I want you just to like expand on that a little bit as to why you are working this hard. Like you don't need to. I've met you, I've had dinner with you, like I have had like, which I feel so excited about, but having met you out there when I was with you and hearing from you, like you have done this, you don't need to be doing this. This isn't something that you need to do. This is something that you are so passionate about. And I would love for you to just quick say, why are you putting everything else aside, and why should every single person that's on this call, I'm going to listen to the recording, put everything else aside right now and just run like pillow to pillow type of thing. Does that make sense?
Okay. So first of all, I've worked a corporate job. Like I worked at IBM for many years. And before I found out about network marketing. So I know what it's like to do that. And I know that empty feeling of building someone else's dream, right? At least to me, that's what it felt like. You know, even though I had a great path and great mentors, and, you know, I had a career path there, and, you know, I was doing really well, I was like, why? Like, why am I doing this? And, you know, when I was at IBM, you know, actually, yeah, when I was at IBM, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. She was given 6 months to live. And, you know, I really had this opportunity to just question life. And I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I really here? How do I want to contribute? Right? How do I want to make a difference in this world? And I ended up leaving my job at IBM and went down the path of health and wellness, because I helped my mom. She was given 6 months to live, and she ended up living 7 years. And a lot of that was because of the changes we made. You know, I've studied any health healing modality, you name it, I've studied it. So, and I have quite a few certifications on the way just to help my mom. And on that journey, I then discovered this passion, and I quit my job at IBM and I started doing health and wellness coaching, and it was a blast. And then I was doing this and I was like, wow, I can only lay so many bricks. So I found the purpose. But then I also realized I couldn't have my life style that I wanted. I couldn't be a mom. I couldn't see a way that I could have everything that I wanted to have in my life and the kind of mom I wanted to be, and be like, and have this passion. So I was like, well, where's the disconnect there? Right? I was like, in my coaching business as an entrepreneur, and I didn't come from an entrepreneurial family. So it was new to me, and I had to learn it and figure it out and get rid of my employee mindset and move to an entrepreneur mindset, which is you go through some struggle, right? But you recognize you are the creator of your reality, and you recognize that you're the one in charge, and you recognize you're the author of your universe. Like you're the one in charge. You get to create what you want. And then you start to be so diligent on your thoughts because you recognize, wow, if I think I'm going to get no clients, I'm going to get no clients. If I think I'm going to get a new client, I'm going to get a new client, as long as I put in the right activity behind it. Right? So when you're an employee is paying you, you have the freedom to just do your job and get a paycheck. Do your job and get a paycheck. Do a job and get a paycheck. And if that's what you want, you can have that freedom, right? But to me, it's like, wow, wouldn't you want to do something on purpose, right? And not only that, but be able to know you're creating something. And not only that, but to actually hit so many struggles and bumps and grow from them, right? I mean, that's the real gift of entrepreneurship. I've grown way more as a business owner and an entrepreneur than any other area of my life, because you're faced with challenges, and you get to actually watch yourself navigate them and be like, well, that was pretty shitty. Could have handled that differently. Or you get to actually look at yourself handling something and recognize, wow, you get to see it, you get to see it's your creation, because you're not a tiny little cog in a wheel. You get to see the effect of your attitude and your action create something. So an entrepreneur is an artist, right? You guys are artists, right? And I'm going to come back, but I'm going to segue to Ken and I for a second. We are artists. I've never met anyone in my entire life that I've had a better working relationship with and a partnership with, right? As far as like business, and not just business, we're best friends. Like Ken and I, like we're best friends. Our families are close. Like my son lights up when I'm doing a Zoom with Ken. He's like, hey, Uncle Ken. I mean, like, you know, the relationship him and I built over a year, it's like, it's just a blessing. It's like we were brought together for this. And when I say he's an artist and I'm an artist, we sit down and I can literally be sitting next to him and I can be feeling like him creating, right? Not anything like he's doing. I can just feel like he's like visualizing like, oh, so we're going to take the company, and we'll talk about our vision and where we want to go and where we want to take the company. And when we're talking, we both look at each other with tears in our eyes because we're like, this is so real. I want to tell you how much fear and doubt Ken and I have in this industry, in Savvy. Zero. Like nothing. And I'll tell you what, even internally in the company, they're just like, okay, like we've got our tribe internally, right? We've got our tribe that's like, we are a part of a team. Not everyone wants to be a part of a team. Some people are in it for themselves, right? But we have our people internally that are like, they are on the team. You guys know Russ, you know Travis, obviously my husband Anson, like they're on the team and they want to contribute to that vision and move it forward, right? And that's unique, but they feel it too, right? So I'm going to segue back to being an entrepreneur, which is being an artist of your reality, which is being an art, like creating a business is art. It's a creative process. So then I found my way. I was doing this, you know, health and wellness coaching, and then someone put a bottle in my hand and I looked at it and I was like, where do I get this product? And he said, it's network marketing. And I was like, what is network marketing? I have no idea what you're talking about. And he said, well, let me connect you with my upline. I'm like, what is an upline? I was like, Brian, you're being really weird right now. Right? Because my friend Brian introduced me and I had no idea what any of these words were, right? Words that we use all the time. So he's like, okay, let's just meet tomorrow morning for coffee. I'm like, great. So I meet with him and Robert, his upline, and I ended up joining the company, and I became one of the fastest growing women in the company. I was a top 10 income earner. I had a blast. And I was like, I remember sitting with my team and I remember saying this, and I'll say it to you guys, and you've probably heard me say it before. I go, network marketing is the manifestation of the law of giving and receiving. That's all it is. And I'm one of those people that my whole life, what do you want to do when you grow up? I'm like, I just want to help. I love helping people. Like I love helping people. I've been like that my whole life. It's just what I love to do. And whatever path I go to, I'm there to serve and I'm there to help. And I'm there to give my all because I can contribute. Like you guys each can contribute, right? So I did. And then there were some things that happened in the company and I lost my belief, some pretty bad things, integrity things, which is why, you know, here in Savvy, Ken's like, I want everyone to have what I had. And I'm like, I want no one to have what I had, you know? So together, you know, integrity is everything to us. We will always do the right thing. You guys are going to hear some pretty amazing announcements on Tuesday. You're going to hear some amazing things that we're doing for you guys. And so definitely tune in to the Tuesday night update call. But we will always do what's right. We will mess up. We're human, right? We will stumble, but we'll stumble forward, and we will always do what's right. And we will always listen, and we will never violate that integrity, right? And to me, knowing that I have a partner running this ship with me, Ken, who has that integrity, and I trust not just as a friend and a person, but I trust as a person to execute on a vision and business, and we each know our strengths and we use them and we respect each other. Like it's amazing. I'll tell you what, would I be here in Savvy if it wasn't for Ken? No. And he'll say the same thing. Like what we have together, we have zero doubt. We know exactly where we're going and we know we're going to get there. You know, our only prayer is that you guys all come with us, right? And I know you will, otherwise you wouldn't be hanging out with me for like an hour later. So, you know, we're going to get there, but here's what got me excited. I know the kind of income you can create, but I know the kind of lifestyle you can create. And I know most importantly, the fulfillment you can have by helping somebody else, truly empowering somebody else. Not like doing a job for them or giving them a handout, but actually giving them something and then stepping back and allowing them to step up and run with it. And as long as the integrity of the company is there, and as long as we have great products, and as long as we do our part, that person is going to have a phenomenal opportunity. And they're going to get what they want out of this. Maybe it's more money. Maybe it's time with their family. Maybe it's just they want to be a part of something positive, because everything in this world is so heavy and dark right now, right? And everything is a call to hate. And we get to give them a call to greatness, and we get to give them an opportunity to be like, wow, I'm going to be something better. I'm going to be like Kendra, you know, Kirsten is inspiring me. You know, I want to be like Lonnie. Like they're like, we're going to, each and every one of you get to inspire another woman by just being a good example, right? I'm actually writing, Ken and I are writing a code of honor, like a code of conduct. It's like, here's who a savvy rep is. Like, here's who a savvy brand partner is. You know, not a thing like that's like a policy or something that you have to follow, but we want each and every one of you to be a good example in this world, right? And just to go out there and people say, wow, what is she doing? Right? And you can be like, oh yeah, I'm a savvy brand partner. Like, you know, I treat other people respectfully. I if it's not true and not kind, I don't say it. You know, I realize my words are powerful, and I create my reality, and I'm going to create an amazing reality, and you can come with me, and we're going to lift each other up, and we're going to validate what we want. You know, it's like, you guys have seen this with kids. If my kid's being a little whatever, which he is sometimes, and I'm like, stop being mean, what am I going to get? More mean. But if I'm like, Xander, can you tell my 4-year-old, Xander's my tough one. If I'm like, Xander, you're really patient, and you're always so kind. It stops him right in his tracks. And he goes, I love you, mommy. I'm like, I love you too. And I just walk away. And next thing you know, that whole like being a little whatever goes away, right? Because you don't validate it. You get what you validate, right? It's like if someone's arguing with you, if you're like arguing back, great. Now you're both arguing, trying to prove your point. What's the point? But if someone's arguing with you and you're just like, you know, don't argue, but still try to peacefully, you know, defend your point, you're still making it real. But if they argue and you go, yeah, okay, I totally get it. Totally got it. I mean, it's like just this nothingness. It just goes away, you know? It's like, anyway. So to me, we're in this amazing industry. People have the opportunity to step up in here and grow and have fun and make a difference in people's lives. And like, sure, there's lots of money, but that's not even like, whatever. It's just money. It's paper. Like at the end of our life, we're going to be like, wow, I did something that was fun. I was able to face so many challenges and show up with grace. I was able to believe in something that I didn't see yet and be a part of making it a reality. Like that's amazing. So, yeah, I know, I've had other businesses. Like I don't need to be here. Ken and I met and we both saw that we had not only an ability, but, we saw it as a responsibility to create this opportunity in this industry, because it's an amazing industry, but it doesn't mean every company is an amazing opportunity. There can be corruption, there can be wrong intentions, there can be, all the different things. But, it's like you have Ken and I there that have no invitation to hate. We don't subscribe to that. We come from love. We're ethical, good people, and we genuinely want to make a difference. And we believe this industry is so amazing. So amazing. You guys, you're not going to find this anywhere else. You don't have to buy clothing. You don't have to worry about all the inventory. You don't have to do any of that. You wear it and you share it. And the more simple you keep it, the better. You don't have to handle objections. Talk to your friend like a friend. You don't need to like convince them that they need to do this. Be a good example. They'll follow. Like you don't need any of that, So it's like we have this opportunity, and Ken and I are like, we're going to create a platform, and not only are people going to make a lot of money and have a lot of fun, but if we can all come together and just freaking be good humans, like that alone is amazing. So that's what we're about. That's what we're about. And I gotta tell you, like, it's like low inventory, high inventory, good tech, bad tech, whatever it is, half the battle is how we show up. More than half the battle is how we show up. And the one thing you can know and you can count on is we're always going to fix it. We're always going to make it right. I mean, I can't tell you, like, during these times how many calls Ken and I have got from different people that are like, you're an idiot, you should do this, or like, we're like, they don't even know what's going on inside the business. They have no idea what we're doing. We know what we're doing. We're not just like nervous trying to figure things out. We know what we're doing. This is actually this is the next step. And it may look like the staircase is falling apart, but we're like, oh great, we just built the next step. And it may look like, the house just burned down and we're like, oh great, here's our next step. Like, it is every single next perfect step. And the apparency of things maybe not looking good are actually exactly where we need to be to take the next step. So if you ask Ken and I, and sure, we're optimists, but we're not naive, right? Things are going extremely well. The processes we have in place, we know areas we need to improve on for sure, right? But guess what? We're handling it. And unfortunately, it can't just happen like that, right? You'll hear some updates on Tuesday that you guys will be really happy about. And then there's some more that are in the works. Gift cards is one example. We've been trying to get gift cards and no, I'm sorry, Sherry, don't celebrate yet. It's looking like we're not going to have them in time for the holiday, right? We'll do something else, but we've been trying to get gift cards. And it's like the amount of programming it takes, you would think it's simple. You would think it's like, can we just get a gift card? Like, but it's like ridiculous because of all the commissions and the links and that and all these different things. So we will have them, but it's not going to be in time for the holidays. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't look likely with everything else that's going on, which you'll hear the announcements on Tuesday. And, but we'll have other things. Don't worry. We have lots of items that are going to be great gifting items, like the things that you know and love, good price points, all that good stuff. But you would think like it's simple, and some things are not to do it. Tech takes time, right? A lot of these changes take time. Creating a whole supply chain process took time because we couldn't find it in a book anywhere. No one else did it, right? But that's the cool thing, guys. There's no one else doing what we're doing, and you're a part of it. And I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'm gonna shut up. There's no one else doing what we are doing. You're a part of it, all of this, right? But here's the real thing. And like, even these top executives we brought over that have like real experience in design and merchandising and everything, and you're going to get to meet them, because I know there's been a lack of like that kind of communication on the lives of like, okay, like someone talking about the design lines and the style lines and like all the details. And we're going to have people that are on the lives like that. And we'll get to that shortly. We're actually getting a new studio space to do a lives. Like, we're doing a lot of things. Yeah, Rachel was doing that. She's not going to be doing it. So, but she was the Epiphany designer, right? So originally she was one that was doing some of that. But with everything where we're going with Fit, it's not something that she has the capability to take the company where it needs to go or where it has been the past few months. So we have a whole team that's really operating that you guys are going to get to meet. And the brand is savvy, right? So yeah, no way to scale with one designer at all. And not only that, the type of design we need, like fully customized, savvy design. That's what we want. High quality, something very different than when we were in the past and who we were before we were savvy. So that's been a transition, and it's a really much needed, beautiful transition. Otherwise we probably wouldn't have a savvy in the weeks and months ahead. So, but that's all really taken care of, and have a lot of strength in those areas. So yeah, we know all the different areas that we need to improve upon, and it's all just really, really exciting where we are and where we're going.
Awesome.
Brittany, anything else that I can share?
I was like, the only other question that I feel like wasn't answered is somebody said global expansion. Can you give like, you mentioned Mexico, then Canada, so people put like,
no, that was,
or like, or was that just like a hey?
No, that was like, that's like me calling Savvy Silk our fabric. I mean, I'm just that had no meaning behind it. I could say Brazil and the UK for all that matters. We will be for sure opening other countries, but we don't have any announcement now because here's what we want to do first. Like, I'm not gonna, I'll be honest, it was a very challenging project to, when I say supply chain, I'm talking about a concept to an item is in our warehouse. Everything that happens from a concept to an item in our warehouse, that whole entire thing, which by the way, design is like less than 10% of, okay? So that whole entire thing, right? That whole process was not easy to solve for our industry and create something that not only we could do well and bring you guys what you actually truly do want and deserve, but be able to take it around the world and have it be scalable. So that is our main focus now. Before we open up other countries, let's get that dialed in. Let's run it. Let's prove it here. Let's make sure that you get to meet some more people that are on the team. But we also want to keep brand partners. We've had some recent changes here in Salt Lake, in Utah, so we're gonna have to all be wearing masks now. Which of course we're gonna do. So that just happened. So on Fashion Friday, everyone's gonna be wearing their masks, and we're not gonna be flying in because our design team is all over. We're not gonna be flying them in and bringing them onto the lives just yet. But you are going to get to meet and get more of those details from our team. But we want to get that really dialed in first and get our fabrics dialed in. So you guys know our fabrics, get our styles dialed in. So the ones that are going to keep coming back that are unique to us that you can't find anywhere else. Those things are first. Once we get that dialed in, then we'll say, great, we got this system. And there's so many other systems. There's our support system. I mean, tons. Once we have that dialed in, we will then take that, pick it up, and go to the next country. Boom. Right? So men's line. No date on that. No date on that yet. Mainly because the corporate staff to wear items. Oh yeah. Well, even the corporate staff has to wear masks. We all have to wear masks. So corporate staff, we wear them in the office anyway, but brand partners can come, but they have to wear masks. So the styles on the website that's safe. So okay, I'll answer that question in a second.
I was gonna say some of these I can answer too, Jen. I know that you're like super busy and we've had like over an hour of your time and I don't want to take too much else. And honestly, some of the questions that I wrote down, y'all, I think were probably answered if you listened to Jen and you heard her heart and Ken's heart. And I think that the major thing looking at some of the questions is like, we need to all shift our mindset to not what can they do for us? And it should be what can we do as brand partners for our own business? And so when you're asking, will we have gift cards? Will we have Black Friday? Will we have a sale? Will we have this? Will we have that? Like, y'all, I feel like we need to shift. We're brand partners too. And if you just heard what Jen was talking about, she and Ken like have this vision and what they have to offer. Like, we need to step it up here. All of us, everybody that I'm looking at, you need to step it up and think what you can do. You are a business owner. You just got into a business where you paid less than $1,000 to be a business owner for a brand that's going to be global and be $1 billion brand, like in that compartmentalizing, putting in different countries. Did you hear that? Because I just heard that. So I think that a lot of the questions, like Jen, I love you and I so appreciate you getting on here, but I feel like they're things that we can solve, and we need to all practice that every day, is solving our own problems and solving our own, like, I can do a training on how to like transition into gift cards, y'all. I mean, you can have somebody Venmo, we can come up with an idea, you can get their sizes, we can problem solve that ourselves because we're business owners, because we stepped into that role and we have the ability to build a business with this gift that they're out here advocating. And Jen is like, I can hear her kids like on the door pounding, and she's given up more than an hour, and I don't want to take more time than that, but I'm happy to talk about all of that, like, and do trainings on that and have like sessions on how we can brainstorm. But the questions that I saw, like, what I wanted you to hear out of this is the heart. and why to run right now and why this is so important and why we are in this position that like, if you were here in October and the end of September, like it was tough and the tech thing was tough, but it really wasn't that tough. And why right now you need to be the supply chain and the sneak peeks and the like what is coming, that we have a designer in Italy. Like those things are massive, you guys. Like what we have coming is massive. And so I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, Jen, but I feel like
No, that was amazing. You know, Courtney, this is why you're an incredible leader. And this is why, you know, you are who you are and why you do what you do and why you are where you are in this company. And I mean, that's the fact of it. You know, that's each and every one of you can find that in your heart and where you are. But I'll tell you what, we are going to create this. We are going to be a billion-dollar brand, a multi-billion-dollar brand. Yeah. We've had owners of other companies reach out to us in respect to say, you guys are going to be one of the top. We see what you're doing. If you're going to be here or not is up to you, right? But that's why I said, that's why Ken and I say our only prayer is that you guys come with us, right? And if it's not you, it'll be someone else. And we mean that, but man, we want you guys to come with us. Pre-launch is not easy. You deserve everything to be perfect. And if you need it to be perfect, and you do deserve that, come back when we're launched. I mean, that's the simplicity of it, right? Come back when we're launched, because man, you are going to have the perfect gift cards that you can even print, that are going to be designed. You'll have everything, right? We're not launched yet because we have a checklist of things we're going to get done before we launch. Okay. And we will get those things done. And when we launch, it's going to be a beautiful experience. One that you'll want to shout from the rooftop to every single person because of the experience. But what you're going to want to do now is shout it from the rooftop to every single person you know, because of a different kind of experience, what you're going to experience and grow going through this, but because you are a founding brand partner of this company. You are helping create it. You're helping establish it. And there's a universal accountant, guys. The more you give and give and give and give and give, look at Courtney. She's a perfect example of this. The more you give and give and give and give and give, the more you will receive. That's how this industry is set up in Ken and I's belief system, and we honor that in this business. So you're going to get it. You just got to keep giving and link arms and just watch, like Courtney said, just, you know, watch how you show up and call yourself to a higher level, to show up in a higher level. Recognize you're serving this business like we're serving you. We actually like to need you guys. We like to need you guys like you need to need us, right? But like Courtney said, you need us. Like we're in service to each other, right? And we say every morning, how can we serve our brand partners? And like Courtney said, imagine every single brand partner woke up and said, how do I serve my company to make it better? That we would change overnight. So anyway, you're amazing, Courtney. Each and every one of you, thank you for spending this hour plus with me. And I love you guys. I can't wait to meet you guys in person and like hug you guys and laugh about this. I can't wait to see where we're gonna be next November, and we can get on a call. Like we should have like a little repeat here next November and hop on here and be like, wow, glad we stuck around, huh?
yes.
It's easy to have gratitude when you have things to be grateful for. But I'll tell you what, the best currency we have is gratitude. And to have it because you know where we're going and you want to be a part of creating it is a whole nother level. So love you guys. Thanks, Courtney.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. And that was I know you're flying out tomorrow morning, and y'all, I hope we all do wake up tomorrow and say, how can I serve the company? How can I give back? How can I, and I've put that on the page before, like take a minute and write a note and send it to corporate. Like tell them, appreciate where you're at, because it's a gift that not everybody has. We have something super special.
You do.
And they're working like around the clock for us, as you can see. Thank you so much, Jen. I so appreciate you. And this is amazing that we have this ability to have you here. And it's that early in the company, y'all. Just remember this moment, because like Jen said, a year from now, we should reconvene, but it will be like 10 times, if not 20, 30, 40 times. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Love you guys. Thanks, Courtney.
Bye. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.